So good evening, everybody. This is the Tenacious History Maker Baseball League. Going to do another game here. It's going to be the Houston Astros against the New York Yankees. New York 2-0, Houston 0-2. Yankees rolled a 1 on their streak roll, which means that they are harmonious. The Astros rolled a 6, which means that they weren't dissonant, but and then we rolled the decide or die, and it came up that yes, they are semi-harmonious. They were ready for the game, so they go to semi-harmonious. So they're doing okay. Gonna be CC Sabathia pitching for the Yankees, and Mike Fires. I'm not sure which pronunciation he uses. I probably should have looked that up ahead of time, but it might be. We'll go with Fires, I think. We didn't start the fires. Well, the Astros actually did. So let's get going here. These History Maker games take a little bit longer. Normal weather. This is August 7th, 2016, a hot day. Your umpires, Mike Estabrook at home, Eric Cooper first base, Joe West second base, Mark Wagner at third. No till further notices for the Astros, but they do have their pitcher, Fires. He is going to be happy the entire game, which means that if he's pitching, they don't have to worry about being harmonious, because he will bring them harmony when he's on the mound. So their lineup: Marisnik in left, Altuve at second base, Correa shortstop, Springer in right, Gaddis DHing, Marwin Gonzalez at third base, Tyler White at first, Jason Castro behind the plate, Carlos Gomez in center. The hot hitter is Springer, also the cleanup hitter. Cold hitter, Jason Castro. This game went at least 10 innings last time, and I believe that's what it would be. And in the bottom of the 10th, the Yankees won it. So let's get rolling here. It'll be Marisnik against Sabathia to lead off here. In Game 3 of this series, Yankees have won the first two. 2-2-3. Sabathia is not wild. He is utility. The hitter is utility, so that'll be a line out to short. Although, and he's a semi-whiffer, but that won't matter because the dot is not showing. So that's that. Line out to short for the first out. Altuve. 2-4-6. Control. With the dot, Sabathia does have control, so that'll be a grounder back to Sabathia. He makes the play. And Carlos Correa. 4-5-5. Flash, yes, so that'll be a strikeout. So 1-2-3 for the Yankees in the top of the first. And we'll go to the bottom with it scoreless. So for the Yankees, the lineup here against Fires: Gardner will lead off. He's the hot hitter for the Yankees today. Ellsbury. Oh, and wait, I just about forgot something. There, we'll go. Ellsbury is center. Beltran in right. Castro second base. Gregorius shortstop. Teixeira first. McCann catching. Alex Rodriguez the DH, and Chase Headley third base. Gardner's hot. Castro is hot till further notice, so he continues his hot ways. Cold batter is Chase Headley, rounding out the lineup. So here we go. Brett Gardner against Fires, and Fires is happy the entire game. So if we get in a predicament, they may want to go to the chemistry chart and look to him. 1-3-6. Ace. No, Fires is not an ace. Whiffer or cold. Brett Gardner, because there's a dot, is a whiffer. That's a strikeout. One down. Ellsbury. I'm going to re-roll that. 1, 3, 6. Ace, not an ace. Whiffer or cold? No, not whiffer nor cold. Infield drama. 6, 6. Man. 6, 6. First baseman gold. Tyler White is not gold, so that's going to be an E3. Puts Ellsbury on. He is semi-active. With so with one out, I think I'm deciding here that if you don't get the roll, well, no, I think you do. He's gonna try a stolen base here against Castro, who is a neutral, a normal thrower. So I need to roll the decider to see if he can go, and he does. So that means that Ellsbury will make it on a 1 to 4, and it's a 6. He is thrown out, trying to steal. So that's the second out. So Beltran up. 2, 4, 5 went way off the screen. 2, 4, 5. Beltran is a hero on this at bat, so that will be a single, and makes my strategy to try to steal a base look wasteful. But so with a runner at first and 2 outs, Starlin Castro. 1, 2, 5, and he is hot, by the way. 1, 2, 5. Struggler fires. Only 2 guys have reached base, and so he's not a semi-struggler. Patient. Castro's not patient. That is going to be a ground out to third base. And that will end the inning. So still no score. Going to the second. Probably not going to interact with the comments too much here. I want to try and sort of knuckle down. I need to start doing that a little more. I'll check things out at the end of the game maybe. So don't be afraid to comment, but I really have to sort of really need to kind of keep my nose to the grindstone on these games in order to get them through. Yeah. All right. Well, funny. So Springer 1, 3, 6. Sabathia is not an ace. Springer is whiffer, so that makes it a strikeout. Don't feed the trolls, guys. I saw that. Said I wasn't going to pay much attention to them, but don't worry about it. 3, 4, 6. Gaddis is not eager on this at bat, so that's a walk. First Astro to reach base, and it's going to be Marwin Gonzalez. And it's going to be off the chemistry chart. So Harmony is semi for Houston and good for the Yankees. So let's see what happens. 2-6. Batting team harmony. Well, Houston is at the plate. Yes, that's a single. And I am not real clear on the deltas on the... let me see something here. Well, that is a single. Unless they were a delta, then he would get more than a single, but he does not have a delta on his things. So with a 2 active runner, let's see, runners advance 1 base on a single. Okay. All right. So that brings up Tyler White with runners at first and second and 1 out. And a 156. Semi-whiffer is not this time, so that's going to be outfield drama. Let's roll it out here. 2-5. Center fielder iron. Nope. On the 2-5. He is not iron. Running grab of a looping liner. That's an out. So that's 2 outs. And it's going to bring up Jason Castro. He is cold. We'll go ahead and pitch to him here. 1-1-3. Sabathia's not an ace. Castro's not a slugger. That's going to be a single to center field with 2 stars. Which means a sad sack. Oh boy. Well, he's a sad sack, but he does not. He's a semi-sad sack, not a sad sack this time, so it doesn't hurt him there. That's going to be a single, but only 1 base advance because it's got the 1. So that's going to load the bases. So with the bases loaded, it'll be Carlos Gomez coming up here. And here is the pitch. 1-2-3. Both flash and fresh. Yes, Sabathia is flash and fresh. That's a strikeout. Ends the inning. So 3 base runners and nothing to show for it. Bottom of the second now. So it'll be Gregorius. 3-5-5. Fires is not a struggler. Gregorius is not a champion. That'll be a ground out to second base. Mark Teixeira. 1-3-5. So we're going to go look at the umpire mini chart here. And a 1-3 with nobody on base. Questionable umpire at home. Esterbrook is questionable. Calls a questionable 3rd strike. So strikeout for Fires. 2 outs. Brian McCann. 4-4-5. Workman. Fires is not going to be a Workman this time. Patient. McCann is not patient, so that's a ground ball to first base, and that will end the inning. 0 so far. Okay, top of the 3rd. Marisnik, top of the order. Against Sabathia. The side or die is not showing. 1-3-4. Gold catcher. McCann isn't gold. And Marisnik is not a champion, so that's outfield drama again. 3-5 is the left fielder gold. Gardner is not gold. It's going to go into the gap, and that's going to be a double. No, there's no... Gardner's not an iron, so I'd have to roll a decide or die for that. But that is a double for Marisnik. And we're going to go to the chemistry chart, because that's the next result on it, is purple. And that will be Jose Altuve. 3-4. Batting team harmony, yes. Batting team is a single to the outfield with a 3. That will advance the runner 2 bases. That will score. So a single, that's going to make it 1-0 Astros. So the Yankees have yet to benefit from being harmonious. The Astros have had 2 of them go their way. So I want to say Chick Corea, but it's Carlos Correa with Altuve at first. Altuve is active with nobody out. What they're going to do is they're going to hit and run here. So Correa, they're going to hit and run 1-3-5. So we're going to go to that umpire chart with a runner at first. Let's see what happens, because it's a blue 1. 3-4. Questionable umpire at second base. He's semi-questionable. Joe West. He should be fully questionable as far as I'm concerned. Okay, calls the runner out at second despite the foot off the bag. Okay, so I'm taking that means it's the fielder's choice. And it'll be a... So he's a righty, 6'4", we'll say. And we'll go back to the main chart for Springer. So still with Correa at first. The runner at first. This time Correa. 1 out. Springer, the hot hitter. 1-1-3. Sabathia is not an ace. Springer is not a slugger. But that's a single to center field with 1 base advance. And the Astros are getting to Sabathia here, at least with these... they're kind of singling him to death, but only 1 run to show for it. Here is Evan Gattis. Oh, wait a second. That's the single to center with 2 stars. Sad sack or home run king strikes out. Oh, no, I can't remember if there was a dot or not. Well, we'll re-roll it because I don't remember. If there's a dot here, it'll be a no-go. Well, there's no dot, so we're going to stay with it. Still a single. First and second with nobody, or with 1 out, and it's going to be Evan Gattis at the plate. Three, 5, 6 with no dot. Same. No, they're not the same. Utility or sad sack. Gattis is not going to be utility in this at bat, so that's a single down the, is it the first baseline? No, it's the third baseline. And that's going to bring another run home, and there's going to be 2 base advance because it's a 3. 2-0 Astros. And it's going to be Marwin Gonzalez. If you don't remember, you probably don't, the Astros got out to an early lead against the Yankees in the second game, and the Yankees came back, so we'll see what happens here. 1-2-3. Flash and fresh. It's still the 3rd inning, so that is correct. So that is out number 2 on a strikeout. He gets Gonzalez there, and now it is Tyler White with 2 outs. Runner at third, runner at first, and a 1-2-6. And he is still fresh, so that is a line out to Castro, and that will end the inning. They pick up 2 runs in the top of the 3rd and lead it 2-0 with A-Rod, Headley, and Gardner next up for the Yanks. Okay. So, Yankees playing from behind now. A-Rod. 1-3-4. Gold catcher. Castro's not gold. Champion. A-Rod's not a champion, so this is an outfield drama. 2-5. Center fielder iron. Gomez is iron, so that's going to be a double to lead off for A-Rod. So just like that, the Yankees start chipping away at this maybe. Got Chase Headley now. Let me see, was that was a 2-5. Is there a special roll after that? Yes, that's going to go to chemistry. Of course, now they're both harmonious because with Fires on the mound, he is happy the entire game. So this is a harmonious roll for both teams. 4-5. Batting team harmony. That is correct. Waits on the pitch. That's a walk. Doesn't really help the Yankees in this situation, but it does turn the lineup over and gets to Gardner. First and second, nobody out. And we could try bunting with Gardner here. We will here. Bottom of the third. We're gonna use a bunt. Try to get those runners over. And it's a 2, which means that an active, well, Gardner's not active, so it's just going to be a successful sacrifice. And let's see. We'll call it first base, 3-4. So with 1 out, runners at second and third, it's going to be Jacoby Ellsbury. 5-5-6. Ace. Fires is not an ace. Ellsbury is not a sad sack. That's going to be a double to right, and that's going to score both runners. And that's going to tie the ball game. And Ellsbury is semi-active. If he is active, he'll take third base. So we need to roll the let's roll the decider. It's a dot, so yes, he will get a stolen base. He'll take third. So now the meat of the order, Beltran coming up. 2-2. So far a good game. 2-4-5. Beltran, he's semi-hero. He with the no dot, so he will not be a hero. That's going to be a pop-up to second. Doesn't get the run home. And that's going to bring up Castro. And you go to the red chart, which is experience. He is semi-icon. Fires is semi-icon. So here we go. We got 2 semi-icons. We'll see if either of them make a difference here. 3-5. And someone's going to be good. Icon batter, that will be Castro. Loops a single to the outfield, and that will score the run, and the Yankees take the lead. Castro with a fine piece of hitting. 3-2. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, they answer right back. 2 in the top for the Astros, 3 in the bottom for the Yankees, and they still got time. 2-3-5 for Gregorius. Fires is not wild. Gregorius is eager. That's a single through the shortstop. And let's see. 1 base on singles. So, neither pitcher is liking the third inning so much. And it'll bring up Teixeira with runners at first and second. It's a tough time for Fires to be happy because you can't really send it to the... You probably just want to face Teixeira here. He's a semi-sad sack. Of course, he is also semi-home run king. 3-4-6. Eager. He is not eager. So that's going to be a walk, and it's going to load the bases, and they're going to go to the chemistry chart, which could... This could be major trouble here for the Astros. We'll see. Or it could be good. They're both teams are harmonious here, so we'll see what happens. 1-4. Batting team dissonance. No, they are not dissonant. So that is going to be a single. And Fires is now a struggler. Full-blown. Everybody moves up a base. And the Yankees will take a 4-2 lead. Fires is a struggler because he's... the last 3 have reached. Now the last 4. So... just trying to get out of this. And... they're going to take a walk to the mound here. And they're going to add the ace quality to him here. So, going to try and get McCann out here. See if they can get by the ace rolls, if they can get it here on the main chart. 3, 4, 6. Oh, it's not, there isn't anything there. Eager, he's not eager, so that's another walk. And that's going to walk home a run. And the mound visit did not work. And it's going to bring up A-Rod, and they have batted around. Wait, that was A-Rod. Wait a second, I missed a roll. I missed a card flip here. Just a second. I'm gonna try and fix this. Okay, and this guy's so. Because the dot is showing here, so it's A-Rod. Again, we go eager. He is eager, so that's a fly out to center, and that will end the inning. So that is my fault, but we get it right in the end, and that ends it. So they get 4 runs here as they touch up Fires a bit. Just a lot of dink and dunk stuff here. So we're going to the 4th, trying to play a speedy game, and it's just not working out so much. Castro, 2-6-6. No runner on first. He'd lead off batter. That'll be a single for Castro, even though he's cold. Leading off the inning with a single, and it's going to be Carlos Gomez. 4-2 deficit here for the Astros. They're going to do a bunt with Gomez here, try and get this runner to second, and it's a 3. It will work. Let's roll this guy here. Call it 6, so we will call it a 5-3. So with 1 out, Marisnik. .225. Star. Sabathia is not a star, slugger, or sad sack. Marisnik is neither. That's a single to center field. So a single. Castro is probably, let's see, only 1 base advance, so it's going to be first and second, or first and third with 1 away, and it brings up Altuve. And Marisnik is semi-active, so let's see. We got to roll this to see if he takes second base as well, because an active steals here. Nope, not active. So Altuve, 1-5-6, whiffer. Altuve's not a whiffer. We're going to have outfield drama. 3-4, left field iron. Gardner is not iron, so it's going to be an easy fly out. But with a 3, let's see, 3. Oh, well, guess what? Because the dot isn't used here, this is what happens. So stoic runner on third base holds on flyouts, other score. Castro is semi-stoic, but because there's no dot, he will be able to score as it's a sac fly to left, and the run will score. Runner from first will stay. And so now 2 outs, RBI for Altuve. And they're going to hold off. I was thinking about trying to steal here with Marisnik, but I think I'm probably going to just try to hold off here. 3-4-5 for Correa. Iron catcher. McCann is not iron. Good eye. He does not have a good eye. That's a strikeout. That will end the inning. They do pick up a run. Cut it in half. It's now 4-3. And Fires has to get his stuff back together here. He's been pretty rough here the last inning or so. Okay. Bottom of the 4th. The Yankees with a 4-3 lead, and it'll be Headley leading off. Oh, wait. My bad. We go off the right now chart. Headley, he is both are neutral here. Actually, Headley is cold. So 3-5. Hot batter. He's not hot. That's a fly out to left field for the first out. Brett Gardner. 1-2-6. It's the bottom of the 4th. He is still fresh. So that's a line out to Altuve for the second out. Semi-fresh in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. So, and now Ellsbury, 2-3-6. Fires does not have double control. Pitcher's not batting, so that's a walk. That is the 3rd walk issued by Fires. And it's going to be Carlos Beltran. With 2 outs, they're going to try and steal with Ellsbury. And they don't get it, so he's going to have to hold tight for Beltran. 2-4-5. Beltran is a semi-hero. He will get a hero because he has a dot. So that is going to be a single to left. And one base on the single. So it's going to bring up hot hitter Starlin Castro. And they're going to use I didn't bring out the cards. I didn't bring out those I didn't bring out all the strategy cards. Here they are. I think it's manager influence. Yeah, they're going to use manager influence to go to the right now chart. Since Castro's hot and pitcher is semi-cold right now, so and the Astros, they're going to do a pep talk to at least get him to neutral. So here we go. Off the right now chart. 2-5. Hot batter. Starlin Castro is hot. Rips a pitch into right field for a single. And the dot is showing, what that means is with a 2, active runners score from second on any hit. So Ellsbury on this is active, so he will score, and I think Fires is going to have to be done here pretty soon. Let's see, Beltran was at first. He's going to have to hold at second on the single. Castro does not hit a double. So have to get somebody up for the Astros. Get Tony Sip warming up. So that worked out. They get another run, 5-3, and it's going to be Gregorius coming off the regular chart again with 2 outs. I'm going to try and get fires through this 4th inning. 2-6-6. Runner on first is thrown out, so I believe that's a pickoff. We'll call it a 2-3 pickoff, and that will end the inning. So Gregorius will lead off the next inning. So they do get a run, and it's 5-3. So it'll be Springer here. He is hot against Sabathia. 3-3-5. Sabathia's not wild. Springer's not a sad sack. That is a single and a stolen base. Evan Gaddis. Uh, 3-4-6. Eager. Gaddis is semi-eager, but he's not eager. This time it's going to be a walk. Marwin Gonzalez, he is 1 for 2. And the Yankees would like to get Sabathia at least into the 5th inning here, past the 5th inning. 1-2-4. Control. Sabathia is control. That'll be a ground ball to short. That'll be a double play. And that'll make it 2 outs for Tyler White, runner at third. 1-1-3. Sabathia is not an ace. Tyler White is a slugger. That's going to be a double, and that's going to score the run. What's the he's not a home run legend, but that will be a double, and that will bring home a run. So it's 5-4. Still not iced away here for the Yankees, and here's Jason Castro, cold hitter. And the Yankees, they're going to start thinking about some bullpen action of their own. They're going to get Chase and Shreve warming up. So Castro against Sabathia, 2 outs, runner at second. 1-2-5. Struggler. He's not a struggler. He did get an out 2 ago. Patient. Castro is patient, so he gets a walk. Although, let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's the old glasses, and when you've got the glasses, questionable or strict, which Estabrook is both questionable and strict, that's going to be strike 3, and that will end the inning. So Castro unhappy about that. Maybe they would have gotten another run out of this if that hadn't happened, but they get 1 run. They're going to pull it to 5-4 here. And Houston's going to make a pitching change because Fires would actually be a struggler at this point, because the last 3 reach are semi-struggler. They're going to go with Sip here. Fires only goes 4 innings. And again, apologies that I'm not really making much conversation here. I'm trying to play this as quickly as I can, which is pretty tough with all the checks. So actually, I like doing it this way. So it'll be against Sip. It'll be Gregorius. Lefty against lefty. 166. He is a workman. That's a single. And that's even though he was an ace coming into the game for that first at bat. Teixeira with Gregorius at first. 3-4-6. Eager. Teixeira's not eager. That's a walk, so that'll move Gregorius to second base. Is going to be Brian McCann, lefty against Sip. Triple ones. Uh-oh. Ace. Sip is not an ace. McCann is not a scrapper. This one is long and it is gone. That is a home run for Brian McCann. 3-run shot, and the Yankees break it open. Kills it. And that is not what the Astros had in mind. It is now 8-4. A-Rod, they're going to stick with Sip here. 1-1-6. Fresh. Yes, he is fresh. That's a strikeout. Boy, they could have used that before. Yeesh. Chase Headley. 3-4-5. Not an iron catcher. Not a good eye. That's a strikeout. And we go to the right now chart. So it brings up Gardner at the top of the order. 4-6. Hot pitcher. Yes, he's hot right now. That's going to be a called third strike. And aside from the single walk home run stretch, he strikes out the side. But 3 runs across, it's 8-4. And Sabathia's pitched long enough to get the win at this point. They're gonna make the move. They're gonna go to Shreve. Sabathia laboring a bit. So top of the 6th, it'll be Shreve against Gomez. And they go off the main chart now. 4-5-6. He's not patient, so that's a fly out to center, and they're going to go off the chemistry chart. Marisnik against Shreve. Semi-harmonious for Houston, harmonious for the Yanks. So 4-4. Pitching, they're not dissonant on the mound, so it's going to be a deep fly out to center for the second out. Now Altuve, he's 1 for 2. He does have an RBI. Actually, has 2 RBIs on the game. That doesn't mean his team has much to show for it. Ace, Shreve is not an ace at this point. Slugger, yes, that's going to be a doubled left. So Altuve with a double. Brings up Carlos Correa. Face the lefty Shreve with 2 outs and a runner at second. 1-2-3. Flash and fresh. That is correct. That is a strikeout. That'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. They'll have Sip pitch a second inning. Facing Jacoby Ellsbury. Two, 5-6. Struggler. Sip's not a struggler. Champion or patient. Ellsbury's neither. It's going to be infield drama. 1-3. Third baseman iron. Marwin Gonzalez is semi-iron. No dot means that he makes the ground out for the first out. Here is Beltran with it. That is going to be a dot showing 2-2-3. Sip is not wild, slugger, or utility, neither. Single to left. Brings up Castro. Hot batter. 2-4-4. Sip's not an ace. Castro's not a champion. That's a ground out to short, but he is a whiffer, so that's going to be a strikeout instead. That's the second out. It's going to give them new life. Beltran's stoic, so he can't try stealing. It's going to be Gregorius. 2-2-4. Pitching at home. Nope. Sip is on the road. Slugger, yes, he's a slugger. That's a double to left.
And the, where is the home run?
Slugger and home run king. He's not that, so it's just a slugger double to left. And Beltran is not active, so he's going to have to hold up at third. And it's going to bring up Teixeira with second and third and 2 outs. 2-3-5. Wild. No, he's not wild. Eager. Not eager. That's a ground ball to second base, and that will end the inning. So it's still 8-5 or 8-4, giving them an extra run. Sip is going to be done. The Astros will get Josh Fields up and working in the bullpen. Yankees will stick with Shreve here with the 4-run lead. Give him another inning. Springer. 1-2-6. Fresh. He is fresh because of the dot. So that's a line out to Castro. That's 1 out. Evan Gaddis. 1-3-5. We go to the rare play chart, or to the let's see, and it's going. That's a black 5, red 1, black 5. So that's balks and bogeys. 4-5. Prospect catcher. Well, McCann is definitely not a prospect. So the at-bat continues. We re-roll. Gaddis still at the plate. 1-4-5. Struggler? Nope. Ground ball is at first base. Yes. Say 3-1. So it's going to be Marwin Gonzalez with 2 outs. Shreve looking to get through this inning. 3-3-5. Not wild. Not a sad sack. That's a single to right, and he's going to get a stolen base out of it. And it's going to bring up Tyler White. 2 outs. And they're going to go... Well, let's see. Nothing from the Yankees. They're going to go with the... manager influence to the chemistry chart to try and get a run home here. Semi-harmonious versus harmonious here, so we'll see if it pays off for them. 2-5. Pitching team dissonance. No, the Yankees are just fine, so it's going to be a fly out to right, and that will end the inning. Wanted to get a harmony roll for the batting team with a dot, and that would have helped them out, but they didn't get it. So 7th inning stretch. It's going to be where was that? Where did I put the... Oh, here he is. Fields. Fields will be the next pitcher to face the Yankees. Bottom of the 7th. Yankees are going to get the bullpen up in their own right. It'll be Betances. So, okay. McCann. 445. Yes, he's a workman. That's a double. Fields is not a very good pitcher, so it's going to be Alex Rodriguez. 356. Same. Yes, both are righties. That's a strikeout. Chase Headley. Two, 3. He's not wild. Slugger or utility. Not utility. And not slugger. So that's a single to left. McCann is going to have to stop at third base, first and third. Now here's the thing. Fields is double flash, double control. If he could get a strikeout here, they'd be out of it. Or if he could get a flash roll, they'd get out of the inning. So we'll see. Maybe he can get it here. 1-1-4. Fresh. Yes. Though they're going to be playing the infield in here, so first and third infield in with a 1. Fielder's choice, runner on third holds. So they will go 6-4. Looks the runner back. Fielder's choice. Runner can't go anywhere. And so now with 2 outs, it'll be Jacoby Ellsbury. 1-4-5. Struggler? No, not a struggler. So is that to first base? Yes. So it'll be a U3. We'll call it good. No runs. Looked like it was sure to score a run there, but came right down to it. Didn't happen. So we're going to bring in Dellin Betances. Try and preserve. Not a save predicament here. It's a 4-run lead. It's top of the 8th. It is 8-4. Here's Castro to face Betances. And it is a 1-3-4. McCann's not a gold catcher. Castro's not a champion, so it's going to be outfield drama. Could be an error. We'll see. 4-6. Left fielder iron. No, he's not. So it's a line out. We'll just call it a 7, and now we go to the chemistry chart. Gomez. Again, semi-harmonious versus harmonious. Let's see. Do they have 2 pep talks? Oh, wait. No, it's going to be dugout chatter for Astros. Are going to use dugout chatter. They really would like to get something out of this inning. 1-4. Batting team dissonance. No, they aren't. That's going to be a single. Didn't need to use the strategy card after all. So it's going to be Marisnik against Betances. And they are going to... I'm going to call on Preston Tucker. Actually, no, they aren't. Go with Colby Rasmus, so Marisnik is not going to be in the game anymore. Rasmus, a lefty. He's going to pinch hit here against Betances with 1 on and 1 out. 2-3-4. Runners on base. There is a runner on base. It's going to be plate drama. 2-6. Catcher iron. No, he isn't, so that'll be a strike. So now we go to the umpire chart with a runner on first, and we re-roll. 1-2, strict umpire at second base. No, he is not. Runner safe, batter out. So that will be I don't know what we will call that. I guess we'll just call that a well, let's see. We'll call it a 4-3. I don't know. That's kind of an awkward thing to do because it's probably supposed to be the type of thing where you it's a 4. Actually, that's what we'll do. Let's call it a 4-6-3 with a lefty at the plate, but there's no double play. I guess the foot was off the bag, and so they didn't get him in time. So it'll be Altuve with a runner at second, 2 outs. With a decider die showing 1-5-6. Whiffer. Altuve's not a whiffer. Back to drama chart. Wow, a lot of drama charts in this game right today. 2-5. Center fielder iron. No, he's not. It's going to be a fly out that ends the inning. So we're going to the bottom of the 8th. No runs and a hit. And I think the Yankees will stick with Betances in the top of the 9th because it's not a save situation. Fields is going to get a second inning of work here, and it'll be Beltran to lead it off. 2-3-6. Double control. Yes, Fields does. That's going to be first a grounder to the pitcher and then a grounder to short. So that's 2 outs. That brings up Gregorius. They get around Castro because of the double control. And here is Gregorius, 2-3-5. Not wild. He is eager. That's a single. And here is Teixeira. I'll try another stolen base attempt here with Gregorius. Castro, a normal arm, and he can do it. 1-4. He'll steal second, and he gets caught stealing again. A couple of those, 66% chances, and that's going to end the inning. So it's going to go to the top of the 9th. They need 4 runs to tie. And it's going to be Correa, followed by Springer and Gaddis. So 2-4-5. He's not a hero this time. It's going to be a pop-up to Castro. Decide or die, hurting him this game a little bit. Here is Springer, and they go off of the experience chart. Springer, a prospect. 4-5. He's a prospect, not a prospect batter this time. So it's a hard infield grounder. Batter is out. Active batter safe. He's not active. So let's see. Is it shortstop? No. Is it second base? Yes. 2 outs. And it will be up to Evan Gaddis. I always forget you should use the decide or die and ask questions in cases where you have things that aren't quite in the know, so to speak. It doesn't spell it out. So Evan Gaddis with 2 outs. Oh, and I forgot, Mreznik is not in the game anymore. It's Rasmus in the bottom of the 8th. 3-6-6. Final out, 3-6-6. Pinch hitter. No, oh, boy. I thought about pinch hitting for Gaddis, but that's going to be a fly out to center, and that is your ball game. No runs in the top of the 9th, and it is an 8-4 victory for the New York Yankees. They sweep the Astros, and the Astros were not a very good team or they weren't nearly as good as they are this year back in 2016. So Fields went 2 innings. And that is that. Yeah, I'm sure you did, my reaction TV. All right, so let me fire up the comments while I'm just sitting here for a second. Let me see, because it's kind of tough to do that. We just got past the hour mark. Big game for Brian McCann, 3 for 4, home run, double, single. 4 for 5 for Gregorius, a double and 3 singles. You got a 3 for 5 night for Beltran. And they took advantage of this pitching staff, which is not particularly good. So give me a second while it's going to take a while for stuff to load up, so I'm just going to buy a little bit of time here while we do it. I mean, it's a interesting game. You're welcome, Beatles. Hello, everybody. I didn't get a chance to say hello to most of you, but it's not that I was trying to be a snob. Well, not in that realm. Oh, so I guess it didn't take too long to load up here. Let's see. Iron Gamer says he always joins late. Well, yeah, that happens sometimes. Sorry about that, but I go on when I go on, and I don't know about Tabletop Baseball, if he'll be on later with Tabletop Earl, I mean. Yeah, it's not only concentration, but there's some aspects that make you try to decide whether you're going to do some other things, whether you're going to try and use these strategy cards. I used 5 out of 6 for each team. Could have used a couple more for Houston. Could have used 1 more for Houston in the 9th there. Decided against it, and I don't think it would have made much of a difference. Sometimes you just mail it in. But, you know, they'll... let's see, who does Houston play next? They have Toronto. Not necessarily a great matchup there either, but might be. Yankees, they kind of a scrappy team, and but going up against these pitchers probably helps. So, first day of school tomorrow. What? Where do you go to school, man? That's unfair. You still have like part of the summer ahead of you here, and they're already making you do that. That kind of sucks. Pardon my French. Basis Mesa. Not sure where that's at. Is that overseas? If it's overseas, that's I guess that would understand. That would make me understand. Although I will say I've always... Oh, Arizona. Okay, I got you. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to put my cards back together in some semblance of order here. So, I've always thought that the school system should spread out the vacation a little more. Give a month around Christmas time. Give a month in the spring, and give them, or I don't know, maybe 2 weeks in the spring, and then maybe a month and a half in the summer, and cut it back some, just because I think, you know, most of the reason why they did that originally was because a lot of the kids were bases. You mean like a military base, I guess. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. That would make some sense, I guess. No, lots of bases. Oh, okay. Well, in any regard, I you know, kids don't really you know, work the fields anymore. Some do, but not in most places. And I think that was a lot of the reason why you had to have the summer off, is that kids were helping on the family farm. Oh, okay. It's the name of your school. I've never heard of it, so commentary on the school itself. I'm sure it's great, but as I said, I feel like that's the reason why you would do that in the past, and the fact that they don't do that, or the fact they still do it, it just makes it really tough for people with families that, or families that have both mother and father working. So unless you work in the school system, which looks like the Cubs to Bears, that's the way it works there. So at least for someone in his family. So when you got that working for you, then hey, no problem. My wife substitute teaches, so that is pretty helpful. But yeah, so that's that. And I had to put the umpire cards away, and like I said, I still haven't done anything to prepare for the next round of, because I have enough umpiring crews to, I have eight, so there's like 32 guys, and so I'm able to do 8. And so I've done 5 for this, and now I'm going to take, I guess, the other 3 and then bring 2 of these in, and then kind of cycle them through a bit. That's my hope. So, not that it really, I don't know. It's tough to, I'm sure that there will be a game where it really matters. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. Anyway, I tried. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for the time when you have, I could tell that certain things are going to make a big difference. That's exactly who it is, Larry. There's some Michelle Branch talk in the midst of Queen, which is near heresy. But seeing that I like all sorts of really crappy music, I can't really bag on you too much. So, you know, for a guy who listens routinely to bands like Ambrosia and Climax Blues Band and the Little River Band, oh, come on, yeah. I mean, I definitely do not want to hear, you know, Cindy Crawford singing. I mean, just between you and me, I mean, I'm not even sure if Cindy Crawford is a good example. She may sing beautifully. She may, you know, have the most angelic voice of all. Oh, there's, I was wondering where this other baggie went. Oh. There it is. Now that's Juice Newton there, Larry. If you bring that up, you know that it really smarts. Oh, they did it too? I thought that was Juice Newton who did Playing with the Queen of Hearts. Yeah. Phantomatics doing wheelies over there. Listening to Climax Blues Band. So, alright, I'm going to sign off here. This is getting long and gives fodder for the trolls, if there are any. Including, there was one earlier. What was his name? There was a nice one. Where are you? Well, Phantomatics drinking spicy ginger beer. Wow, with whiskey. Nice. Now, it wasn't, there was another one early. And I'm glad that it's, I don't see it there. I'm glad it's kind of gone, because it was rather foul and stupid. And the guy just sort of came and went, which is good. So, I'm glad, because that's ignorant. That was an ignorant comment, so. Good night, Mike. Good night, Jonathan. Good night, Phantomatic. I hope you get to feeling better. I would imagine alcohol would take it a ways that direction. Thanks, Iron Gamer. Thanks, Ken. Good night, everybody. Good night, Jimmy Hoffa, wherever you are. Thanks a lot, and until next time, keep rolling those dice and make some more history. And Yankees win 8-4. Thanks a lot.